So today's morning project is a Tandy 1000 SX. I have three of them. Well, three boards anyway. I don't know. Got these over time. So all the Tandy 1000s, we'll go through them pretty quick. I had at least one of each. The original Tandy 1000s is an SX, which are these. There's an SL, which I have one. There's a TX, I have one of those still. An RL, I have one of them. A TL/2, I still have one of those. And let's see. I'm talking about the desktops. Those are the ones I can think of that I've had. I didn't have anything further than a 1000. Never had any 2000s or anything. So these I got over time. Not sure which works, which doesn't. But we're going to do... I also have the monitors for these CM... I got a CM-1. I needed that for... Oh, yeah, that's right. The Tandy 1200 HD. I've got a couple of those. You have to have an older... The CM1 for some of these things. And I also had two Tandy 2000s that I needed CM-1 to use it. But I have a couple CM-5s and a CM-11, I want to say. But now I have this. Makes my life a lot easier. Wish I should have got this first instead of getting all the original monitors. I got monitors to sell, but I won't ship them. So I won't list them. I got all the monitors that I want to sell. So this is Raspberry Pi thing, RGB in to HDMI out kind of thing. Just so I can test them. And this is just a straight through RGB cable. This needs power though. That has to have power. So I found this old C programming. I thought I was going to start learning some old programming, but then AI showed up, and I was like, yeah, forget that. We're going to do this one first. I believe at least two of these, the motherboards we're talking. That one's almost stripped down. So let's get one working, and then go from there. That's usually my best plan. I need power. I got video. We're going to use the HDMI cable. Try to pick a project that was different than I've been doing, so this is because all these are going to get torn down and sold, all the parts and stuff. Same with all the other ones. The only one I'm probably going to keep is my little RL. It's a lot smaller. Not that I need any of them really. They all do the same thing at the end of the day. I've got expansion cards somewhere up there, so we're going to test an expansion card maybe. One's memory. I think there's a memory expansion up there. So this is SX 1, 2, and this would be the motherboard of an SX. This one was really dirty when I got it. It's still dirty, obviously. Don't know, like I ended up getting chip testers, but I never really got into it yet. If it's removable, I can do something. If it's not removable, not so much. But so this is unknown. Assume it doesn't work. I don't know if there's a different board version. Usually you can tell by this. These little dip switches here are different sometimes. But I believe these three are the same board. So let's keep playing here. I'm gonna get power. I need that cable back. I'm gonna move it over for a second so I can get my body in here. There's a cable over here I need. What did I just do with it? I leave buried cables when I need them. I need this for power. Loaded everything out, ready to go. Alright, I had to get my body in there for a minute. So I need power, which is just the original. Well, it's a USB A. No, actually, that's not what I want. Oh, the horse is here. This is the one I want. There it is. There's two USBs over here. the one with the original kind of USB, this kind. Not this one. That's USB-C. Most common now. This is the one I need. So I'll just get myself set up here for a bit. So you have to use the mini, but it's a pain because could break very easily. So this goes to this, and then I plug it in for power, and it just converts it, does its thing. It didn't do it for my for my Tandy TRCD 2000 model. I couldn't get it to convert. That's why I originally bought this, before I had to go out and hunt down a CM1 monitor, which I now have. I'll buy monitors, not anymore. I don't buy anymore now, but I won't reship them. In Rhode Island here, we used to have a lot of computer fairs every spring, summer, but they don't have them anymore. I'd love to go to one and bring a lot of stuff. Shipping, of course, is a killer and all this stuff. Buying and selling. Alright, so we're going to need straight through, and we're going to need power. I can do all that. Let's get there. This one, I believe, at least two of them work. At least two of them work, I know that. I know this one worked. At least I remember it working. Hopefully it'll show through here. Let's see. Alright, so where's the power button? I've got a keyboard around here as well. Keyboard, does that power there? I think that is. Let's just say that's power right now. This has a power switch. Oh no, it has a power switch. That's a reset. Power switch is over here. Okay, I think I can sit down now. Oh, let's see if I can sit down. RGB says light pen. I guess it was a light pen way back then. Never seen one. Looked around. Video. It says video audio here. But we're gonna do the RGB. Just gonna be from here to here. So this I got on, not on eBay, somewhere online. A little pricey, but if it does what I need, I mean, I have the monitors, I can drag them out, but it's such a bulky thing that I didn't know this was available way back then, a few years ago. It's Raspberry Pi action going on there, something. Kind of Raspberry Pi action. I'm excited to see what the next thing will be after Raspberry Pi. Be some sort of little AI board, right? Should be. These panels, I got these panels listed. Let's take this one too. So RGB. And then I need to power this little bugger, which is with this. That's got power. So it goes from here to here to there. Pretty basic, right? I need power though for one more thing. And all it does is just show a little, prompt, pretty much. Let's see if I can get a... Yeah, 640. What do I didn't do a memory count? So this has got 640 in it, which is a lot. Got a couple other things I want to test. There it goes. So this one works, I'm pretty sure. Bio version 1.01.02. So I'll need a keyboard. Insert diskette. So this one works. I want to try something else first, which is I have 2 more cables I came across. This one here, I think it's a straight through as well, but I want to find out. Straight through, I guess, means the pins are just go right through from one end to the other end. No, maybe that's not what that is. No, I was wrong. That's not what that is. That's not the one I was looking for. It was this other one here. This one. This is a straight through as well, I believe. Or not. Let me see if it's a straight through or an extender. And this is an extender. Let's just see if this works. I need a giant extender, but let's move this up here. Get that out of the way. That's video. Somewhere I came across an extender for RGB. I don't know where I got it. I'm trying to get to this point. I've got more disk drives and all that good stuff around. And of course, like I said, I have the other systems. All of them are open at some degree. I just want to see if this works. This little extender thingy. Gives me lots of cable now. A lot of space, so if I can find a longer cable, I'll use it. So we can get to this point. And I got floppies all over the place somewhere. We'll find some floppy action in a few minutes. Okay. So my extender works. So that's pretty awesome. So now I need to find a keyboard, which I have. Looking for that. That's doing what it's supposed to do. Right? 640 in this one. That's a lot. Must be something more on board on this. I wonder what the max I can put on these. Let me ask. My little RL. My RL has 7 something on it. So it's looking for a disc. So that we understand. Let's get a keyboard first. Somewhere around here. And we'll also look for some kind of software here, action too. Check out. Disk MS-DOS. And it's just random disk. Let's just try this, see what happens. This is someone diskette I got somewhere. But I got the Tandy ones in a packet somewhere. It's always somewhere I put stuff. Alright, so let's concentrate on this one. Alright, let me grab a keyboard. It'll be next to my list here. Original Tandy 1000 keyboard, I want to say. So I grew up on TRS-80. Model 1 was my computer. So the last few years, along with looking for all the kinds of different gaming systems, I collected most of the Tandys up to the 1000s. So I've been playing. I play around with it every once in a while. So today's a good day. I'm gonna hold that port. Okay. Okay, cool. I always like to try to pick a project. All of these desktops are right down below here. Each one of them, the the SL, TX. TX has a hard drive in it. The Tandy 1200 HD has a hard drive in it. The big, giant hard drive. It's pretty awesome. So there is also, I like to show this. Let me go grab it. This is really fun. Always like to show these because I just think it's like the coolest thing ever. I never knew it. I always knew about 5 1/4, 3 1/2 flop, all that stuff. But I never knew that there was an 8-inch floppy. The drive that this goes in, I have it over there. It's in a Model 2. It's really cool. It actually works. But the drive is about the size of this. It's a monster. I don't think the drive works, but so when I got the computer, it's a Tandy Professional Business. It runs through the floppy like they all do, but look how big those are. So imagine the drive, it goes in this way. One of these days I'll pull it back out again and go through it, try it out again. 8-inch floppies, pretty awesome. But we're back to here for now. Let's see if this boot disc works. Let's see if we get lucky. Or if even the drive works. I don't know. Other than playing games, I really wouldn't do anything else with these, but they're more fun just to learn about a little bit here and there. It's normally what I do. Nothing like firing up old computers. Nothing better. Especially the really old ones like this. Reading it. So that's a good sign. Insufficient memory, huh? RAM drive, insufficient memory. It's got version 2.0. Oh, this is something different. This is Commodore. I wonder what this is all about. That's not normal. 8228682. So this is something different, but it does read it though. So that's pretty cool. I don't know what this is about. I have no idea where I got it from either. This stuff. So we're on DOS 3.3. And then if I want to fire up a game, where did I just put those? I'm at A now, right? Let's get these. This is fun. Anything Sierra. Yesterday I spent the second half of my day just on my own setting up Windows 98 computers. It's pretty fun. But I need a DOS computer. That'll run some of these stuff too. So these have floppies, but it has two floppies. It has the other, so the other kind. We want one of these. So Police Quest are in this one. Let's see if we can get something to run here. The cool thing about it is that works. This. Boy, that makes my life easier. Because if I brought out the monitor, then that pushes everything this way. And then my space gets really small. So let's see if I can run. I don't think it'll run on these. I believe it's supposed to 512. I don't know what you type in. Keyboard works. Sierra. Or is set up. I think it's set up. Nope. SIERRA. I don't think it'll run Police Quest 2. This. Can't find the config source. Please run install program. install. So please select the adapter combination from the choices. It will produce a display resolution of 320. I have no idea. I don't know which one to pick. I guess I'll just pick the first one. Speaker. I guess we'll just use the speaker that's in it. That's a lot of speaker. IBM Tandy 1000 keyboard. That's what I have. Make sure the number lock is on if you just use the number lock keypad to control your character. Okay. Number lock. The good thing is this works. And it has a lot of memory in it, which usually it's like 2 something or 1 something to start, and then you add the expansions in the back here. But I have one up there. I'm looking for a number lock. I don't see it. Insert break. Well, let's just enter for now. Do you wish to use no. I'm not using any keyboard. Do you wish to use? No. Just want to see if it'll install the game. Install the game as hard disk. Type the letter of the hard disk. No, I don't have a hard disk. Let's just skip the step. Hit escape. Installation is complete. Press enter. What happens? Now I type in Sierra, I think. SIERRA. I think. So, Police Quest 2. I've got so there's Police Quest, Space Quest, King's Quest. Those are all my era. This is Manhunter, which I've never played. I tried to turn it on a couple times. I mean, they're really silly games, point and click. But lately, the newest games I've been getting on the PS5 are no better than these. So, I think it says I need 512, 8 megahertz or faster recommended. IBM Tandy or MS-DOS compatible. Tandy graphics. So this should run on here. Let me ask about while we're doing this, we'll talk to decided to subscribe to ChatGPT again for a little bit. At least we're not in a rush with me. Started a new sale too, 45% off. Plus with other discounts like 50% off. So this is the kind of game that would barely work on this machine. This is basically an overload game for this system. Although it has enough memory though. But we didn't get anywhere. It's alright. Pretty cool. Now I am at A. So I couldn't get anywhere, but then we know that disk drive, everything on this works, so we'll move on. So that's pretty fun. I was just curious if it would boot it up. Almost does it, but not quite. Alright, so let's skip that. These are weirdly unknown. Utilities disk. So let's move on here a little bit. Yeah, one of these days I'll pull out that 8-inch floppy machine. It's pretty wild. I had to find these. It wasn't easy to find them. I don't even know if they work. But alright, so we're gonna regroup here for a minute. So let's do this then. Let's go on to the next one. Oh, let me ask my buddy about this ChatGPT. I keep typing on that. I'm typing on this computer to talk to him. That's not gonna work. Tandy 1000. What are we doing? SX. Tandy 1000 SX. Let's get some info on it while we're doing it. It's got an 8088. See the megahertz. See, it's only running at 7.16 megahertz. According to this, it needs 8 graphics. Tandy 16 color graphics. RAM 380. So this is quite not quite enough when it comes to the hertz. Has a joystick. Tandy 3 sound. Best for DOS 3.0 to 5.0. King's Quest, Police Quest, Leisure Suit Larry, Gold Rush. XX came with 384. It's expandable. So yeah, this has 640K. So it's been expanded. It's already max standard. So it'll only play Police Quest 1, not Police Quest 2. So not Police Quest 2 is not a good fit. So that's why I wouldn't do Police Quest 2. Police Quest 1 it would do. It's much better on a 286. Interesting. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna do. We're gonna regroup here now. So this is upgraded. I don't know about the other boards. It said please switches Sierra to SCI, not the older AGI engine. So the engine of the game changed from Police Quest 1 to Police Quest 2. And that made the difference. 512. Yeah, it says you need at least a 286 for that one. So all we got out of that was sound. Like any other computer in any generation. The games that were out at that time, some work on some computers, some work on the other. There's no like perfect computer. You would think today you could put in any game of any era in a computer and it would work, but it just doesn't. Unless you do virtual machines and all that stuff. Which I really don't mess around with that too much. Alright, so we're gonna come out of this. So let's see how this is upgraded. And where. I wonder where is it's gotta be this rail over here. Where is the RAM upgrade? Upgrade on board. So what we're gonna do, not today probably, but is usually many times it's the RAM that's a problem with the board. So I know that fully works. Now I'm gonna go to this one. It's pin out. What are they? So it's so you what? Let's look at that. Let's look at this other board again now. So now we're just gonna go test these other ones. I believe I had it set up that way. I'm positive. Meaning, I think I pulled all the parts off this other one, but I believe we'll come back to that one in a minute. We don't even need the keyboard because if we don't boot, then it doesn't really matter. Let's move you over here for a second so I can move this over. Try not to damage my little thingy. These are pretty pricey, these things. But well worth it in this condition. Because I can do it without having to have that giant monitor in my way. But if I wanted to actually play a game, which I wouldn't do, I do have the monitor. Alright, so I'm going to pull this one out without breaking stuff. Oh yeah, I can see something here on this one. Okay, so we're on to the second one, which is this one. Now, if I'm right, this one works. Working, I mean just the motherboard. I don't know about the rest of it. See the RAM over here? This one, the rail's gone. I mean, it's not installed. The other one's installed. So, what, 320, is that what we say? Let me get a screw. So what I'm gonna do, I got so much cable here, why can't I get this out of the way? Get that way out of the way. I have too much cable. Basically, I'm just going to plug this one in and see if it turns on in a minute. Just trying to see if I can. Get a little box for that. That's what it needs. Sony Power Video. So video's this way. Get my bearings here for a second. Power. Where's power? I need a screw on that. Really need a screw. See if I can stick a screw on there. I'm just going to take this apart. I really don't want to do much more with it for now. Because what I'm going to end up doing is taking this board out and put it in here. So this one, same deal. It doesn't have the RAM here. But the assumption is I should be able to take RAM off of one of these to fill the hole of the other one. Right? I think so. I need a screw. Hold on a second. Just so it doesn't flop onto the board. I just need a random screw to stick on there. We'll steal one of these little buggers. Right there. Should be almost the same, I'm pretty sure. Just so it's not flopping like that. no idea where the rest of the screws are. It's in a Ziploc bag somewhere. Well, that's not good. I don't know what that is. Something got in there. Okay, let's just pull this in here just so I can hold it. Hopefully the screw will fit. Just enough to hold it there for a little bit. Yeah, it does. Yay. There we go. That's my goal right there. That's all I want, just so I can hold it up there. And it still kind of flops, but I started taking this apart at some point, some time ago. But it's like anything else, I put it aside, and then years could go by before I touch it again. That's good enough. That's good enough. Make sure there's nothing else on that board. I'm not sure why I got 3 SXs. Not sure. Polish Quest 1. Somewhere there's drives for this and all kinds of stuff. Alright, so let me see what I want to do here. I've got this giant long cable now, so that's easy to do. Over here. Power, where did I just do power again? Where is it? It's over here. Basically, I'm just testing and tearing it down today. This board, not the other one. The other one I'll probably keep for now. Okay. Right. So video. Need to turn my TV back on again. Off. Power. This is a beep. Yeah, 384. This one actually booted a lot quicker than this one did. So we want to say that this works. Right? Usually it counts up to this, but these start with the memory already counted, which saves time. Most of them, they have to count up the whole. So memory, DOS. So what I could do, 2 different things. What do I want to do? I know what I really want to do. Let's see if we can upgrade this. This. Notches here. Might be the same chips, right? Pretty sure. Let me just check. Turn this one to. I don't think this board works, but I don't know. It could be the RAM that doesn't work. So it actually would help me twice. I could test this RAM by sticking it in there. And if it doesn't work, if this doesn't turn on when I put this RAM in there, I know that there's something wrong with this RAM. Right? That would make sense. 747. KM41256AP5. Let's see what this one is. K1256P-15 749. Is that what I just said with the other one? So that means that's a check, right? Look at it again. 747. 746. I wonder if there's a difference between 747 and 746. What's in the other one? I'm going to say it's the same. I'm really bored though. I don't think I can see the other one. Let's just keep it out of here. So the way I learn about stuff is just kind of having more than one makes life so much easier. I got more than one something. Oh yeah. Now I feel like a professional because I can figure it out a lot easier. Not so much. I don't. These are. Hold on a second. Those are different. Bank 1, Bank 2. I wonder if there's a. I would assume there's a jumper. I'll have to ask my. Alright. So those chips on those upgraded differently. These ones, I'm still going to pull these off anyway. So let's do that. Because if I do remember, this one didn't boot. So let's figure it out. Shut that flashlight off. The hard thing is getting these chips off. I've got a bunch of these chips around somewhere. I got a chip tester and everything. I haven't really used it at all yet, but I do have it somewhere around here. Yeah, yesterday on my own, I was spending 3/4 of the rest of the day yesterday on Windows 98 era computers and laptops, finding drivers and doing all kinds of fun stuff like that. Today we're doing the earlier stuff. So get these off. It's such a pain. I'm sure there's a. I can never find the right thing to do it with. I just use a screwdriver. I'm sure I'm doing it all the wrong way, but that's the way I do stuff. I'm a novice at best. It's fun to be a novice. Let's see if we have any luck. These remind me of little ants. That's what these remind me of. How can I do this? That's not okay. I'm trying to make a little production line here, but we gotta figure that out. Not quite. Keep moving back and forth, I guess. It's a little notch there, notches on that end. Sure, we'll squish a leg. So that's how we'll do it. pretty much that way. To keep going back and forth, but I have no other way to do it really. Because these chips probably need to be reseated anywho. Because again, this board, I believe it didn't turn on to anything. So somewhere there's an issue. So sometimes reseating these, it does the trick. And like I said, I got a little chip tester, but haven't really figured out how to use it yet. I've had that for about a year. Now we're going to get some here. I just need just a little bit more room. I gotta get a little bit more room. I think that's what that should do it. So what I want to do is get these right next to each other and just donor over them pretty much. Make sure I get the notch on the right side there. Yep. Notch goes there. I never did anything with old computers when I was growing up. Never went inside. I don't know why. Sure. Puberty hit, girls and alcohol, and then I was all done. But the fun thing is I can go back and do it all now, so it's still the same. It's actually more fun now than it was back then, because whatever's out there is out there, right? And you can modernize where you can, so that's always pretty cool too. See, some of these chips might just be dirty. The connections or something about them, or it's still it just don't work. I don't know. So what I would do is, if this works when I upgrade, if I'm doing it right, I might not be doing it right, then at some point we'll put chips back on here. For today, we'll just do this. We'll just get to the point where I test these chips on here and see if I need some sort of a jumper over here somewhere that you gotta jump. I'll ask my buddy in a minute. Usually have to jump something. If not, I've got more chips somewhere else. I have enough chips that I can restock this rail, I think, from Tandy. I think I do. Sweet. We're getting there now. Yeah, I had to remove these either way, so I'm not going to mess around with that one for now. And the odds of me reselling one complete again is very small. Once I'm done playing around with them, I usually just tear them down. Everyone needs parts. There's a million of these listed as wholes. I bought it as a whole, but I'm not going to sell it as a whole. Power supplies, all that fun stuff. Everybody needs something different. Let me just ask them. Let's ask the man. Says, do I need a jumper moved to upgrade from 384 to 640. Yes. Install 8 chips motherboard. Then remove jumper E1, E2. Alright, so we'll have to find where the E1, E2 is. Okay, I knew that had been something like that. Let's finish this, then we'll look for the jumper. We'll look for the jumper here, and then I can just go to over there. Unless the power supply's in my way. Never know where my project's going to go for the day when I start doing it. Wasn't planning on swapping RAMs, but it seemed to make sense. What I need to do with these. And in the worst case, I just sell this as parts. Somebody will figure it out. Or it might be this RAM. I don't know. We'll find out in a little bit. Getting there. Okay. So I need to find E1 and E2, he said, right? Remove jumper E1, E2. I can do that. I think it's over there. Not positive. This one doesn't have one of these in it. This is missing one. Oh, this is jumper right there. It is E3. Maybe that's it right there. I see a jumper right here. I don't see any other jumpers. It's got to be that one. Yeah, this board's missing this. And now it's missing the RAM too. I'm doing auctions again. I just started them just a little bit. And then if the auction doesn't go through, I'm just starting to test the waters again for best offers. But I'm not doing all my stuff for best offers. That was driving me insane. And I will counter now on best offers, but I won't take the first offer. Because best offers, once you offer me something, it becomes a one-on-one auction. I'm not just going to do the first bid I get. Heck no. So, and technically you have 5 times to go back and forth. But most buyers, I used to just decline them because most buyers would just want that one price and then that's it. They don't want to do a counter after I counter. So, and then they bitch because I don't counter. So it's you can't win. So I just stopped doing best offers altogether, which has been a godsend. Slower, of course, but keep my sanity a little bit. So auctions, I did a few auctions, didn't really go too well, but you got to put it at a set price because sometimes I don't get anything, only one bid, which I've had a lot of that. So you're getting stuff really cheap. But it's like anything else, you got to mix it up. All right. So let me do. Yeah, I never did any kind of chip swapping or anything when I was a kid. I don't know why. Okay. All right. So either this will work or it won't, one of the two. But first I gotta find that jumper. I'm gonna look on that one because that one will show me that that jumper's missing on there. Again, having more than one is huge. So let's. And one with already has more upgrades than the other. talking about. Let's move this board somewhere. Where? Alright. So let's look over here for a second. The only jumper I see so far is that jumper right there, but that's still connected right there. That one. So which one's he talking about? Back over here. Oh, there's I see it. E1, E2 right here. There's a jumper right there. E1, E2, E3. So let's look at this one. Just because that makes my life. E1, E2 is off on this one. I can see it this way. It's not connected. This one's connected. So we take that off. See, it's so much easier when I got something already ready to go. Right? So this one we just want to unjump it. Is that a word? Unjump? This one right here. This comes off. It just goes there, but not connected to the other one. Just like that one. Right? I think that's right. So I think that's it. Let's see if we have any luck. There's another jumper on over there, E3. I don't know what E3 is for. Let's get back to... monitor, come on. Let's see what happens. No, memory didn't change. Oh, I guess that didn't work out. So, swapping that didn't. Why? So we'll just leave that alone. Go back to it. So we'll pull those chips back off again. Didn't seem to do what I wanted it to do. E1, E2. Just go back to the way it was. Hopefully we're going to test those chips. Not today, but at some point. So what else I could do would be the opposite, is take these chips, put them back on that other one. Let's get these out now. Or just reseat these back into the one I just had, which is probably what I'm going to do. Go from side to side. There's not much room over here to do it. I was hoping I wouldn't have to take them out, but I do. Because at some point we'll retest this board. right? You see, this is open. It's missing the jumper altogether right here. See it? This is the other jumper I was talking about right here. I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. What did I just do? Chip action. This is crunchy. I can feel how crunchy that is. That's never good. Pins. That's not what I wanted to do at all. I don't think I pinned it though. Yeah, I can feel how crunchy that is in there. Can't be good. Cannot be good. I thought it would just upgrade. What I missed. Something. Today's Saturday too. I didn't realize that. Goes to May 1st already. Jeez, months just fly by. They just fly by. I like to do it from edge to edge, but I can't get to the other side. I have to bend my pins. Got something I need to jump some pins. I just got in a wasn't gonna get another one, but I got one. Tandy. Oh no, Radio Shack TRC 4P. It's complete. It works. But I have an upgrade board. I got from Australia a long time ago. But it requires, freeboot requires spot wires to jump some legs and stuff in order to make it work. I've just never been in the mood to do it. But now I might. I was going to sell. I had it listed and then I took it down because I got the 4P. So, at some point we'll maybe go play around. But you got to take a leg. You got to spot wire one leg and go under the board. And that wire's got to connect to another spot. But in order to get the freeboot, I believe it's called, to work, you have to do that. And I've had that for, jeez, 4 or 5 years, and I still haven't done it yet. And I gave up on it, and I had it for sale. And then I got the 4P, another one. So I'm like, you know what? Let's keep that, and we'll do it as a project at some point. You literally have to just solder one wire to a leg. It's not that hard. But for me, it is. Pushing on that a little bit. Gotta make sure you're all the way in all the legs. You don't get a leg stuck out. Again, am I doing this correctly? Probably not. But mine anyway, don't matter. Okay, so down the last one again. Oop. What was the last one I messed up? Notches are all the same, right? Try to go one right to the other without. Just pushing against that. So my legs are in there. I feel like they are. Alright, so we're going to do this first. We'll go back to see if that one, if I can ruin that one. And then we'll see what else. All I got to do is take the power supply off and put it in this one. It's not a big deal.